Well, my name is Larry Bambino, and my occupation is retired. For decades, I worked at a law firm, a fairly well-known one in New York, but now I'm retired, so I'm looking for my next mountain. I met Adam about 12 years ago. I had a matter involving, I live in a co-op in Midtown Manhattan. I had a matter involving the co-op board, and I had a child that had some special needs, and I needed to get some accommodations through the co-op board, and I was having difficulty. So I went to the real estate attorneys at my firm, and I said, if you needed a pugnacious but clever lawyer, who would you hire? And two of them said Adam Leitman Bailey. So I reached out to Adam, and he was very helpful in that case. We moved forward and got our co-op board to make the necessary accommodations. I went on to become president of that co-op board, and when I became president of that co-op board, I started to interview law firms, boutique firms, real estate firms to represent our co-op board. And I interviewed 3 or 4, and this was about 6 years ago. And I have a majority of women on our board. Adam's firm was the only firm that marketed us and included a female partner, which impressed the women on my board immensely and led me in part to hire Adam's firm. Since then, as the co-op president, we rely on Adam's firm for most of our legal matters, ranging from closings, escrow agreements, negotiating third-party contracts, dealing with shareholders who sometimes forget what the contents of their alteration agreement or forget the house rules are. And these are not just with Adam. In fact, I work more, I think, with some of his colleagues, and that's one of the great things about the Adam Leitman Bailey firm is it's fairly seamless, and they always come with an expert. I think the firm has helped the building in connection with everything from input on our bylaws to make our board operate better, to reviewing our house rules and giving comments on that. We also switched managing agents, and in connection with that, they helped us negotiate the agreement. They, being Adam's firm, helped us negotiate the contract with the new managing agent. Those are some examples about how they've help us make this building a better building. And I would be remiss without giving a shout out to Rachel McGintley, who's I've worked with for several years. John DeCetero, if I remember correctly. I always had trouble pronouncing his last name. And there are a variety of other lawyers, but those two stand out. You're good at preventing litigation because you have a reputation as being litigators. Certainly Adam does. And I think, unfortunately, in connection with a co-op, any co-op, there are times when you're faced with shareholders who want to litigate, or you may have to push a matter forward by threatening litigation, and you want someone that has a reputation for being a very strong litigator, because that will tend to get the other side to think twice before they run downtown and file a motion. Oh, the one thing I don't like about Adam is he's a Mets fan. Now, with the last name like Bambino, having grown up in the Bronx, I'm a Yankees fan. Clearly a superior choice. Apart from that, he does a good job, except with respect to baseball matters. Think about someone else. But other than that, they have my unqualified support.